Yeah, my brother gave me my street smarts. Um, my brother's getting kicked out of school all the time during middle school. He went from Madison to Wilson, got into a fight over there at Wilson all the time, kept getting in fights at Wilson. Wilson kicked him out, then he went to Cleveland, Cleveland Middle School, so he's bouncing around, meeting different. Got kicked out of Cleveland. So brother in and out of detention centers and stuff like that, juvenile detention centers. So, he's bouncing around from school to schools. He beat up the principal at Madison, Mr. Hacker. You know, got kicked out of Madison. That's where we was all at. That's where he started at. We was all. He got kicked out of Madison, beating up Mr. Hacker in his office. You know, went to Wilson, got kicked out of Wilson for fighting. Went to Cleveland, got kicked out of Cleveland for fighting, or being in the detention center, in juvenile hall. So I'm doing my own thing by now. By the time I hit sixth grade, I'm trying to, I'm finding my own friends. You know what I'm saying? So my mom, she moved up here from Lawton, her and my sister, because me and Tony was already up here staying with our grandmother and our dad in the hood. But when our mom moved up here from Lawton, she stayed different neighborhoods. Like, we stayed on Quincy Street, over by the old Seminole. So my brother used to sneak out the house all the time and be hanging at the old Seminole with Dinky, and so uh, that's a legend. That's another legend, Dinky, black ass Dinky. So, but anyway, that's my brother's homeboy. But so I'm no my brother is noticing me venturing out, walking in different neighborhoods, playing basketball, because I was a hooper. That's what I did, basketball, and I ran track. So for the North Tulsa Striders, shout out to my homeboy Keno Roberts. He turned me on to track and field, and we did our thing. And that was seventh grade. So I'm walking down to Lacey Park, so my brother would be like, "Okay, you down that way? Uh, I noticed you be hanging at the Lincoln Park before it was Lacey. I noticed you hanging at Lincoln Park all the time and stuff like that." He said, down there, you know, be mindful. If you get into it with anybody, you know, look for Dino and Binky. My brother went to school with Dino and Binky at Cleveland. That's how he met them. You know, that's them was two legends from Hoover. You know what I'm saying? So he would tell me, I know them, they cool. So if you get into it with anybody, if it's one of them or something like that, and they can fight real good. So that's one thing about my brother. He always gave people their props, schooling me, telling me about them. Like, he would say, if you get into it with somebody down at the park, if it's Dino or Binky around, let them know you my little brother. You know, these is youngsters. Dino and Binky was young in middle school too. He went to Cleveland with them. That's how he met them. You know, my brother's in and out of detention center. So, there's other people getting into trouble too. So wherever the neighborhood they stay in, my brother would always keep me consciously aware of these dudes he's meeting, and doing his little thugging days. So yeah, that's how I got street smart. He would always tell me to be mindful of such and such, this dude, such and such, this dude. If you over this way, uh, I remember one moment of time, Black Mafia was coming in the hood. This is for neighborhoods really had their sound foundation in the hood. Black Mafia was over there too, deep, at the Yellow House. You know what I'm saying? So Linda Clemens, Donna Clemens, you know, the Yellow House, Black Mafia will be over there deep. They was trying to put their foothold in the hood too, but things didn't work out their way. Neighborhoods ended up taking over, really. So uh, my brother would see me hanging at the Yellow House, being around, you know, the Black Mafia dudes, and my brother would be like, be careful, you know, especially the dude named Anthony Meadows, you know, he a hitter, you know, he can fight, he got a skiffle to him, you know what I'm saying? So be careful around them dudes and dudes, they really with it. My brother used to, keep me mindful of dudes, so this is how I'm keeping my eye on dudes as I'm moving around doing my thing as a youngster. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I got my street smarts, man. My big brother. I started knowing who's who, you know. So that's how I knew how to move, you know. So just a little game I wanted to share with y'all. That's how I got street smart. So you guys take it easy out there. Rest in peace to my big brother, Tony Brown. Real one.